All right, we're live.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
It is a beautiful day and a great day to be in Macon-Bibb County, and we're down at the historic Carolina Creighton Park, just outside of Luther Williams Field, for some updates that we have been promising for quite some time now regarding our current yard debris and bulk items. Last week we announced changes to the solid waste department collections for solid waste services for all Macon-Bibb County. Ryland Environmental will handle all the trash, recycling, yard debris, and bulk waste collection beginning in January. We know this has been a difficult time for all of us throughout this last year, but we're confident that we're making progress, and this decision will make everything better and provide you with the service that you deserve. While we are working to make this smooth transition, we understand that this change of this magnitude can sometimes lead to confusion. So each week we'll be trying to provide you with an update to help you walk through this process to make sure we're all on the same page, but provide more information about how this transition is going to work. Today we're specifically focusing on yard debris and bulk waste. We want all of you at home to understand what is acceptable to leave in front of your yard or your curb and what is not allowed. So we don't run into issues in the future about what is not getting picked up and what is something that may be someone else's responsibility. Before we get started with the demonstration that we're going to have today, I'm going to ask James Lanier from Ryland Environmental to come forward, who's been a great partner to work with and is currently going through all the service details to ensure that we have a smooth transition. So at this time, I'll call James Lanier from Ryland Environmental.
First off, I want to say thank you to the mayor. As I said earlier, it takes a lot of resolve to make a change like this, and I know that it's hardest to give the best service possible to the citizens of Macon and Bibb County. Just want to say it's a pleasure working with the county and how much they have stepped up to help us make this transition smooth. There's not been a door that I felt like wasn't open before I got there. And it's really a refreshing change in some of the ways that we do when we do transitions. But I just want to commend the Macon-Bibb County staff and their employees for how hard they've worked to try to make this successful. I will start talking a little bit about what we're looking at out here today. There will be no changes in what we currently pick up. We will be going by what the county ordinance is. You'll see examples of these piles, and they'll go through them and explain them to them in just a few minutes. I just think this will be an exciting change for yard waste and bulk waste collection in Macon-Bibb County, and go a long way toward what the mayor's initiative is to keep the Macon-Bibb County one of the cleanest and the prettiest in Georgia, which it is. I also want to say, I want to make sure that people know we're not going to be perfect. There's going to be difficulties in transition. But our goal is to resolve those as quickly as humanly possible. We usually try to have any issue resolved within 24 hours. That's always been our company policy, and we don't see a reason to change that when we come here. We have met with the current hauler, had a really good meeting yesterday, formulated a transition team. There will be another meeting this afternoon of that to ensure that we're taking every step possible to make this transition as smooth as possible. I want to commend the commissioners for having the foresight to allow us to do that and to reach out to the current hauler. And I also want to commend the current hauler because they didn't have to cooperate, but they're really cooperating, and I just want to say thank you to them as well. Our customer service is the most important piece of our business model. We built our company based on customer service, and we want to bring that model to what we do here in Macon-Bibb County. We've been picking up about 25% of the contract since the end of July. I think you will ask those residents in that area if they've seen a marked difference in service. I think they'll all tell you they have. And we plan on rolling that entire model out through the county as we go through this transition. Again, I want to say thank you this morning for allowing us this time. I look forward to the demonstration, and if you have any questions, I'll have a business card I'll be glad to pass out. Please give me a call and I'll be glad to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Right now, before I walk through, we're going to be going through these different demonstrations right now, the do's and the don'ts. And if you take a look, you have an X and a green check mark on each one of them. So as I walk away from the mic, I'm going to start on this side right here and explain each and every one of them for you. This pile right here is a yard debris pile that is considered trees and logs. This is not allowed because one, it exceeds the 4-inch diameter that we can actually pick up. And our current ordinance states that right now, any trees or limbs of this nature right here has to be moved by the contractor that cut it down or dispose of it yourself. However, you do have an option if there's not a way that you can remove this debris from your yard. You can contact the solid waste department. We'll come out and do an evaluation. And with the evaluation that we do, we'll give you a pricing on that to remove it, and we can dispose of that for you for a small price. The next debris pile that we have right here, this is in compliance of what the current ordinance is right now. This pile is no more than 2 cubic yards, and the 2 cubic yards, just imagine a washing machine and dryer side by side. And as you see, you have your limb pile here and your logs separated. So that is the correct way to put out your limb piles. Put your limbs in one section and also put your logs in another section. That makes it easier to pick up. As you do know, sometimes we use a machine to do that. And with the machine, this will keep damage from happening to your property or to your grass. So if you can just separate it like that. On to the next one, which is bulk items. Bulk items are like mattresses, furniture, things of that nature. Each week, you are allowed 2 bulk items per week. This is the correct way to do it. The mattress and the box spring is considered one bulk item. Along with that, you can either put a sofa or a chair or a dresser with that particular item. So no more than 2 bulk items per week. And as we keep going on around this way, this is considered excessive bulk, which is out of compliance with what is picked up on a regular basis. Now you have some options with this particular pile right here. You can separate this pile into the 2 bulk items per week if need be. However, if you want it all going at one time and you don't have the resources to do so, you can contact our solid waste department. We can come out, do an evaluation on it, and we can charge you a special handling fee in order to remove the items all at one time. And as we move on over this side over here, this pile right here is out of compliance as well. This is building material and construction material tire. This we do not pick up whatsoever. This material can be taken to our MSW station that is currently in motion right now. It can be taken down there. However, with that being said, if you do not have a way of getting this debris down to our MSW station, you can contact our solid waste department and we can make some special arrangements for that to happen. Now, building material also consists of any kind of treated wood. We have plaster, pallets, and carpet. Tires, we're working on tires right now. Each resident has up to 4 tires that they can put out at one time per week. 4 tires. If you put out 4 tires or put out your tires, go to C-Click Fix, put in a work order, and we will get to it as soon as possible. Other than that, that is it for the demonstration.
Thank you, Maurice, for that excellent demonstrations. As you can tell, they clearly mark in front of these piles with an X or a check mark to let you know what is available and also what the alternatives may be. We do want to remind you that we do have convenience centers that will be coming online in the very near future. Our first one is not too far from here. Will be our first convenience center. We had hoped to have it ready by the end of the year. We'll also have at least 4 others in Macon-Bibb County. We've chosen the sites for those, most of those, and already selected some vendors on a couple of those, as well as approved the designs. This will be a place that you can bring a lot of these items to if you have the resources necessary to do that. But always, you can reach out to our solid waste department if you have items that don't qualify to get any pricing or make arrangements to do that. We want to remind everyone that This information that you've heard today is just one of the first steps we have to educate the public over the next couple of months on how we're going to do this transition. But you can also go to our solid waste website at sw.maconbibb.us. That's sw.maconbibb.us to get all the information you need to have to be in compliance. You'll also be receiving those cans that we promised you in December of this year, and we're working on a process to exchange those. If you currently pay for a extra garbage can, then we'll make a note of that, and you'll have more garbage cans than just the one. That people have reached out to me personally to ask me, well, I've got 3 cans now, will I get 3 cans with the new company? Whatever service you're paying for right now, you'll get that equivalent cans in the next round. So we want to let everyone know that most of the collection days in Macon-Bibb County will not change. Your days should remain the same, with the exception of the South Bibb portion that we called Zone A, I believe before, that we moved from Monday to separate the days to allow Ryland to do this. You'll be contacted about the next dates that you'll have beginning in January on when your collection day will be. Some of those may remain on Monday, but some of those other ones could change, but it may go back to Monday. We will, leading up to January, we're going to bring new information about these changes, what you need to know. This past week, we started a segment called Trash Talk. We'll be providing updates to you on a regular basis to let you know how you can expect the things to be laid out. Also, you can ask any questions. When you see that posted on our page, or if you see it in the hub, please go on there and make any comments and questions you have. Message us. We want this to be a smooth transition. We understand that you're frustrated, just like all of us have been this year, but we're working to get this issue handled for the public. But to do so, you need to cooperate with us and let us know what your questions are, what your concerns are, and hopefully we can answer all those in a timely manner. We want to thank again Ryland Environmental for stepping up to the plate and taking on this task for us in Macon-Bibb County, but also Maurice and our solid waste department have done an excellent job cooperating. One thing I've learned about Maurice, he's very educated about the process. He's very intuitive about what's going on in our community. And he also, him and his staff and Eddie and the rest of those guys are working hard to make sure that this is a smooth transition by working with Ryland, but also the previous hauler. It's very important to make sure that we have everybody on the same page to make this successful. And that's not only the people behind the scenes, it's you at home to make sure that you understand and you're educated about the process. We want to make sure that happens in a smooth transition, and that's what we're working to do. We want to thank everyone for being patient throughout this process. We know it's been very trying this year, as it has been all across the whole state of Georgia. It's nothing that's unique to Macon-Bibb County. But as I said before, I represent the people of Macon-Bibb County. Our commissioners do so as well. So we're held accountable for the actions of our government. And one of those things is providing quality trash service. So we know that there are excuses out there, but right now we're willing to take the blame for everything that's happened here so far this year and move forward in a very productive way. So I'm very excited about the relationship that we have with Ryland and everything that we have coming up. We want to get this train back on the track in January. I think we're headed in the right direction. We want you to continue to watch our page, to monitor the progress that we make, to listen to the trash talk, to make sure that we're all on the same page come January when the time the change is coming. I look forward to seeing those bright red cans and those blue recycling cans be delivered in the very near future. We'll walk you through that process as it becomes available as well. No need to ask about the details on that yet. We'll present that evidence to you at the proper time. We'll give you all the information you need to make this a smooth transaction. So I want to make sure that everyone at home is aware of that. So once again, we appreciate your cooperation, your patience in this matter. We look forward to this great opportunity to improve our community, to make Macon a place that we all know it can be. So thank you very much. This is just another effort to educate the public.